how strong are the Admirals? Are they equal to the Yonko, or maybe stronger than the Yonko, or are they just weaker than the Yonko? So I'm going to be giving my personal thoughts on this topic of how strong the Admirals actually are. But before that, let me make it clear that this is just my speculation, so if you disagree with my opinion, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to agree or disagree, just watch the video till the end and give this video a like to support your fellow One Piece Nakama. With that said, let's get into the actual video. So I have divided my video into 3 sections which will help you to understand it more clearly. In the first section, we will discuss about how powerful the Admirals should be in the point of view of the narrative. In the second section, I will try to speculate what kind of power these Admirals can have, other than their devil fruits, of course. And in the third, we will talk about the major fights in the series. Like, obviously, they are the villains, so they will be defeated eventually. But who will fight them and who will they be defeated by? That's a very big question, and that will help us a lot in figuring out how strong they are. Now let's start with the first section, that is narrative. So we know that the Admirals are the strongest force of Navy, and the Navy is one of the 3 major powers in the One Piece world, the other 2 being the pirates and the revolutionaries. But unlike the revolutionaries and the pirates, the Navy is very well organized, and to get the top of the ranks, you have to be genuinely powerful. So someone like Buggy cannot become an Admiral. Meanwhile, he can become a Yonko, and that is the very big difference between Admirals and Yonko. To become an Admiral, the only thing that is taken into consideration is the power of that individual. But in case of Yonko, the power is important, but even if you don't have the power, you can make up for it with other things. Like Buggy became a Yonko, although he is very weak, but he has the influence, he has the strong pirate crew, he has connections to the underworld, and he has territories where he has a great deal of influence. So narratively, Admirals is equal to power. And the second thing is, the Navy is the next big opponent of the main characters. And we know there is a pattern between the villains of One Piece that every next villain is stronger than the previous one. Now, this directly does not mean that the Admirals are stronger than the Yonko, because when the main characters were put against the Yonko, it was only 2 Yonko against the main characters plus Law and Kid, and a whole heck of a lot of people as well. Meanwhile, when the Straw Hats will fight Marines, it's most probably gonna be Straw Hats versus the Admirals, so the battles most likely will be fair one-on-ones. And unlike how Kaido and Big Mom were depicted as equals, the Admirals are not depicted as equals. There is a hierarchy even among the Admirals. So that is the first point. The narrative says that to be an Admiral, you have to have power, and that's it. If you're weak, you are not gonna be an Admiral. Let's move on to the second section, that is power speculation. For this, we are going to be talking about all the 4 Admirals individually, and I'm going to be using Kaido as a measurement tool to measure the power of these Admirals. So first of all, let's start off with the strongest Admiral, Sakazuki Akainu. So we know that he has the magma power of the Mago Mago no Mi, a Logia type devil fruit, which allows him to create, control and transform into magma, and he's also stated to have the highest offensive power in the One Piece world. But that's just it. This is all we know about his power. So based on these powers, I will rank him as relative to Big Mom. And here, the term relative means they both are basically equals, but there is not a clear winner. It could go either way. But if Akainu has awakened his Logia Devil Fruit, I will put him above Big Mom and extremely close to Kaido. Not equal or relative, but extremely close. And now, if he has awakened his Devil Fruit, plus he has advanced Conqueror's Haki, then I am putting him equal to Kaido or even above Kaido. At the very least, he is equal, or at the very best, he is above him. So the worst case scenario for Akainu is losing to Big Mom, and the best case scenario is winning against Kaido. Now let's move on to the second Admiral, that is Borsalino Kizaru. He has the power of the Pika Pika no Mi, the light Logia Devil Fruit, which grants him the power to transform into light and function as light itself. And personally, it's my favorite Logia. So based off these powers, I will put Kizaru below Big Mom. Like, he will give a very high difficulty fight, but he would lose. But if he has awakened his light Logia, he is relative to Big Mom. And if he as well possesses advanced Conqueror's Haki, I would put him above Big Mom and slightly below Kaido. Like, he would give Kaido a very high level fight, but eventually he would lose. Moving on to the third Admiral, that is Ishiro Fujitora. He has the devil fruit Zushi Zushi no Mi, which allows him to control gravity, and he has shown a really high level of observation haki. So based off this, I'm putting him below Kizaru, but this Kizaru is the one that has not awakened his devil fruit or does not possess Conqueror's Haki. So you get the idea where I am ranking Fujitora. But if Fujitora has awakened his devil fruit, he is equal or even slightly stronger than Kizaru. And the second condition, of course, if he has advanced Conqueror's Haki, I'm putting him above Kizaru and equal to Big Mom. And finally, for the fourth Admiral, Green Bull, he has the Loya type devil fruit, which allows him to create, control, and transform into forest. And so far, his only achievement is beating 2 injured commanders of a Yonko and bullying the 9 scabbards who were also injured. And right now, he's even below Fujitora. And here I'm talking about the non-awakened, no advanced Conqueror's Haki Fujitora. So, best case scenario for Green Bull is him being equal or just slightly stronger than the base Kizaru that does not have awakened devil fruit or advanced Conqueror's Haki. And the worst case scenario for Green Bull is getting beaten by Zoro or Yamato in an extreme difficulty fight. So that's my ranking. Akainu has the potential to be stronger than Kaido, Kizaru has the potential to be stronger than Big Mom, Fujitora has the potential to be equal to Big Mom, and well, about Green Bull, so just based on title of Admiral, he has the potential to be really strong. And now for the final section, it is the final opponents of these Admirals. So again, let's start off with Akainu. For him, I think there are 2 potential candidates who will be his final opponents. Those are either Luffy or Dragon. Luffy is a candidate because, of course, he's the main character. But we know that even though Akainu is the strongest soldier of Navy, he is not the strongest of the whole world government. So if the fight is between Straw Hat Pirates against the whole world government, then Luffy will probably fight Imusama. In that case, Akainu might face Dragon. And this fight does make a lot of sense because Dragon is a man who is trying to take down the world government. Meanwhile, Akainu is the biggest dog of the world government. And here I am not disrespecting Akainu, his name literally means red dog. And as you know, dogs symbolize loyalty, so Akainu may fight Dragon as the protector of world government. And Dragon being the leader of Revolutionary Army, which is a very huge organization in One Piece, and also being a part of the Monkey D family, he most probably is really strong. And we very well know that fights among the top tiers in One Piece are always extremely close. So Akainu would be close to power of Monkey D Dragon or slightly weaker. But if Luffy ends up fighting Akainu, then I will put Akainu above Kaido. And I'll give you the reason. So we all know that the next villains are always stronger than the previous ones, especially in case of Luffy. So Luffy is not gonna win easily against Akainu. He will struggle a lot and he will get new power up. But the most important thing is Luffy has advanced Conqueror's Haki. So if he is to face Akainu, Akainu definitely have to have advanced Conquerors. Because we know that Luffy is gonna struggle, and someone with advanced Conqueror's Haki struggling against someone who doesn't have it does not make sense. And as I have explained in section 2, if Akainu has advanced Conqueror's Haki, he is either equal or stronger than Kaido. Of course, if it is awakened Akainu plus advanced Conqueror's Haki, he is definitely stronger than Kaido. Now let's move on to the second Admiral, Ursalino Kizaru. So in my last video, I explained why Zoro will fight Kizaru. So if you have not watched it, go and watch it. And based off that statement, I think if Zoro fights Kizaru, Kizaru will also have advanced Conqueror's Haki. And the reason is pretty similar to that of Luffy. Same as Luffy, Zoro struggles more than his previous opponent every time. Same as Luffy, Zoro is also an advanced Conqueror's user. And same as Luffy, Zoro will also struggle in his fight against Kizaru. So an advanced Conqueror's Haki user struggling against someone who doesn't have it does not make sense. So if Kizaru has advanced Conqueror's Haki, I would put him equal to Big Mom. And if with advanced Conqueror's Haki, he has also awakened his Devil Fruit, then I will put him above Big Mom but below Kaido. And as for Fujitora and Green Bull, I am not so sure about their opponents. It's either gonna be Sanji and Jinbei, and if Fujitora ends up betraying the world government and fighting against them, I think it will either be Sanji or Sabo taking on Admiral Green Bull, because you know, both Sabo and Sanji have the power of flames. Meanwhile, Green Bull have the power of forest, and the biggest weakness of the forest is fire. And as I have explained earlier, the best case scenario for Fujitora is being equal to Big Mom, and the best case scenario for Green Bull is being really powerful because of his reputation as an Admiral. So these are all my speculations for the powers of Admirals. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, and if you're still watching the video, give this video a like, share and subscribe my channel if you're a One Piece and anime fan. Thanks for watching and see you Nathma in the next one.